Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about the upcoming new Honda Elevate. Now, this car is based on the Honda HR-V. It'll probably look very similar to the Honda HR-V. And today, we're going to bring you the Honda HR-V and show you the Honda HR-V from the recently concluded Indonesia Motor Show. So do watch this video till the end because a lot of things are going to be exactly the same or very similar on the upcoming Honda Elevate SUV. Now the Honda Elevate will take on the likes of the Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara, the Kia Seltos, the Hyundai Creta, and also some other very competitive rivals in this segment. Well, now in the international markets, the HR-V gets a 1.5 turbocharged petrol, which develops about 170 bhp. But in the Indian market, we're probably going to see the same 1.5, which does duty on the Honda City and produces around 115 bhp of power, because this engine will make better economic sense and also be more competitive in terms of the pricing. Well, just like the recently updated Honda City, which now gets ADAS features, even the Elevate will get a lot of ADAS technology, but it remains to be seen whether the ADAS technology on this car will only be camera based, or will it also get sensors and radar assistance as well. Well, let's quickly talk about the looks of the Elevate. This car, as you can see from the front, gets this huge grille which gets a lot of chrome detailing in it. Now from a distance, this car will remind you from the lamps of the Honda City, and of course you also get that big LED above the headlamps which works as a design of the eyebrows. The lower part of the bumper looks very sculpted because this particular car is the RS version, so the bumper might be slightly different, but the grille treatment and the headlamp treatment will be very similar on the Honda Elevate as well. Well, the flat bonnet line as well as the overall design definitely makes this SUV stand out and gives it a very unique face, which will instantly remind you of the Honda cars, which have their own unique personality.
Well, I'm sure by now all of you are aware that Woodmore are the online expert when it comes to spare parts, and the best point is that they have the spare parts for all vehicles available in India. So even if your car is out of production now, maybe you have a large generation model, even then they have the spare part available. They have the entire catalog, and the best point is that they have the same spare part from a host of different component makers, which gives you great flexibility in the pricing overall.
Well, if you go onto the side profile, you'll see that Honda is using a very nice design for the alloy wheels, even though we're not sure if this particular design will come or what ultimately will land on the Elevate. But these wheels are 17 inches. In all probability, the Elevate in India will get 16-inch wheels on the base version and 17-inch wheels on the top end versions. The wheel arches are round, they haven't been squared out like some other cars, and the side profile is quite nice and appealing as well. It's a design which is soothing on the eye, and nothing really is forced onto this car. No excessive cuts, no excessive creases. Yes, the back end of the car, the roofline though, does seem to taper off a little bit to give it a unique and muscled up approach. Well, now let's quickly have a look at the dimensions of this car. In terms of the length as well as the width, this car is very similar to the Grand Vitara. The height though is slightly lower, and the wheelbase is slightly longer than the Grand Vitaras. So having a slightly longer wheelbase essentially means that cabin space should be quite good. Now let's move on to the back side of this car and see how Honda designers have made this car from the rear end. But before jumping to the rear, let's quickly have a look at the roof. Now this car's roof seems to be a panoramic roof. Well, so if you see the sunroof of this car, you can see a huge panoramic sunroof, but this particular model that is displayed here doesn't seem to have a sunroof which opens up. That's something that Honda will obviously change for the Indian market, because Indians love sunroofs, as you've already seen on the Grand Vitara and the Hyundai Creta. Well, at the back, you can see that sloping roof line, but that's not all. You also see this huge beam of light connecting the tail lamps. This now, of course, is an international favorite design with a lot of other car manufacturers, and the tail lamp also lights up. It's not there just for show. And of course, you get this jeweled effect inside the LEDs at the rear, which also looks quite cool. The bumper is nicely recessed. Overall, the back end doesn't really stand out, but it's a simple, elegant design which will definitely soothe your eyes. You can also see that this particular version, because it is the RS, has twin tailpipes. Now the English version might only have one, not too. And the Indian version will also probably get a lot of options on the gearboxes. You'll of course get a manual as well as the CVT, the same CVT which does duty on the Honda City will also be seen on the Elevate SUV. Now let's jump inside the interiors and check them out, and then of course tell you what the pricing, the expected date, as well as some other details about the variants on offer. Well, now let's quickly have a look at the boot. If you open up the tailgate, you'll see a nice and flat holding area, which really is nice and square and boxy. There's absolutely no intrusion from the sill, which means you can easily heave in those big bags and take them out. Now, in terms of outright capacity, it's difficult to say what it'll finally be, but we expect it to be in excess of 400 liters at least, because that really is the benchmark in this segment from the Hyundai Creta as well as the Seltos. And of course, you can also flip down the seats, and there will be multiple choice of options when it comes to seat adjustment, as well as a power tailgate will be an option. Well, as soon as you step inside the interior, you'll see that the driver's seat is height adjustable. That's a feature standard across all cars now in this segment. When you take a closer look, you'll see that the dials are again very similar to the Honda City. You of course get the blind spot assist as well as some other features which you also find on the City. The steering wheel is very similar as well, and of course you also get blind spot assistance, which means that the left side rear mirror has a camera fitted into it, and of course that camera gives you a display every time you turn the indicator on the infotainment system, so you don't miss out on any blind spots over there. The AC controls also look very similar to the Honda City, as does the gear knob, so you can be rest assured that Honda will share a lot of its components, a lot of its parts from the City lineup to keep costs under control, and that means that this car should be very competitively priced. We expect the base version of this car to be priced at just a shade under 10 lakh rupees. Yes, just a shade under 10 lakh rupees for the base version, and we expect the top of the line version to cost you around 17 or 18 lakh rupees. And of course, if there is a hybrid on offer, that should cost you around 21 or 22 lakh rupees as well. Now, when does this Honda Elevate SUV go on sale? It goes on sale towards the end of June. It'll be launched on 6th of June. And of course, it'll be available across all dealerships in India after the 6th of June. Now, the seat comfort inside this car also looks quite good. Honda always has made very good seats, especially with the Honda City, and it should be no different with this car. The overall cushioning is good, the overall support is good, and there's plenty of place to stretch your feet and plenty of adjustment to be made inside the car. In terms of equipment, you will also get Android Auto. In terms of equipment, you'll also get Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which can be wirelessly connected as well, because that really is the new trend. And moving on to the back seat, if you see, there is decent amount of space over here. Seat comfort again is very good, and of course multiple USB charging points, AC vents, and nice adjustment available to move the back seats backrest around, and of course the obligatory armrest is also available. Well, so if you're in the market for a mid-size SUV and you want something different from the usual, then definitely I would advise you to wait for at least another month or so. And this car is definitely worth the wait. Honda has been in the market for a while talking about a mid-size SUV, and this car definitely seems to be a car which should revive not only Honda's sales but also give it a big push in the SUV segment. If you have enjoyed watching this video, do share it with all your friends, and please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and also hit that bell icon so you receive all our notifications when we make a new upload. It's bye for now, and thanks so much for watching this video.